Suppose we have a number a, and there's another number b. Okay, so number a and a number b. A is a factor of b. Suppose, assume that a is a factor of b. Okay, so a is a factor of b. A is a factor of b. So since a is a factor of b, we can say that b is a multiple of a. It's clear? A is a factor of b, therefore b is a multiple of a. Now suppose there is another condition that b is a factor of c. B is a factor of a number c. So b is a factor of c. So just like a was a factor of b, therefore we said that b is a multiple of a. In the same way, c is a multiple of b. So a is a factor of b and b is a factor of c. If there is such condition, then in that case a will be the factor of c as well. A is a factor of c as well. Okay, so a is a factor of c, and therefore we can say that c is a multiple of a. Let me explain you with some real numbers, like these were some arbitrary numbers a, b and c. Let's take a equals to say 2, b equals to say 8, and c is equal to 16. Now a is 2 and b is 8, therefore we can say that a, that is 2, is a factor of b. Why? Because a is 2, right? And of course 2 is a factor of 8, because a is 2 and b is 8, and 2 is one of the factor of 8. Because if you try to find out the factor of 8, so the factors of 8 will be 1, will be 2, will be 4, and will be 8. We are not going to discuss how we find factors, because all these discussions have already been done in the previous videos. So assuming that you know how to find the factors, we are coming directly to the point that 2 is a factor of 8. Now 8 is a factor of 16, right? Because if you try to find out the factor of 16, there will be 1, there will be 2, there will be 4, there will be 8, and there will be 16. So these are the factors of 16. So one of the factor is 4, right? Sorry, 8. You can see here 8. So that's why we wrote that 8 is a factor of 16. Now since here 8 was b and 16 was c, and we said that from this condition, if a is factor of b and b is factor of c, therefore a will be a factor of c. Similarly, 2 is a factor of 8, 8 is a factor of 16, therefore we will say that is a factor of 16, is a factor of 16. 2 is a factor of 16, and that you can check from here, that when you calculated all the factors of 16, then there was this 2 also present there, and that is what this 2 is, and that is what that condition we discussed here, right? This is the condition. A is a factor of B, B is a factor of C, therefore A will be the factor of C. That is what 2 is a factor of 8, 8 is a factor of 16, therefore 2 is a factor of 16.